The new campus of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University is proposed at a site located at Dheerpur in the northern part of Delhi. The site is a 49-acre plot situated next to the Dheerpur Wetland Park. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University is envisioned as a singular campus with various schools and centers which are a part of the same campus, sharing common facilities. There are 7 schools and 9 centers which share central facilities of library, administration, auditorium, lecture halls, and teaching areas. Each school and center is further administered by individual administration offices and have independent specific needs like workshops, labs, theaters as per the course program. University Design Philosophy. The whole essence of the university ideology is to have common central spaces and have shared spaces which provide a congenial and comfortable learning environment. With this philosophy in mind, we approached the design for an integrated campus design. The 49-acre greenfield site is mainly accessed directly from the outer ring road and is carved out of a wetland area. It is adjacent to the most unique Dheerpur Wetland Park. To the east, the land is flanked by the existing low-rise Gandhi Vihar colony. Other than that, neighboring areas are open land with a vacant strip of land to the north of the site that is planned for future commercial land use, and a residential land lies to the south. As per the brief of the project, we identified that there are 4 major zones of development in the project, out of which the heart of the campus is the academic zone. This contains the main teaching areas, administration, library, and the auditorium block, for which the center of the site provides the large land parcel needed to support this facility. The residential zone comes at the periphery, enjoying the views of the wetland park. The sports zone acts as a buffer between the residential and the academic zone. The location of the site along the outer ring road with the signature and rainbow bridges presents an excellent opportunity to announce the university with an iconic entrance. Gates and drop-offs. The site has available access roads on 3 of its edges that are all 18 meters wide. Accordingly, entrance gates have been proposed. The main ceremonial gateway has been proposed along the outer ring road. This grand gateway provides an excellent visual window to the site and announces the university on the highway. This entry is primarily pedestrian one, with only occasional VIP car movement on the motorable path provided, going up to the VIP drop-off. 2 entry gates are proposed at the southwestern edge road behind the central facilities. There is a dedicated auditorium entry that may be used by staff cars as well. Ramps to the basement parking have been provided here. A public transport drop-off zone for e-rickshaws and cabs has also been created along this edge for students and staff. In continuation, another entry for staff cars has been located here. Chauffeur-driven staff cars may use the drop-off near the theatre block and park at the surface parking nearby. Visitors, students, and residential car entry is allowed at the northern edge road near the multi-level car park. That will be the major car park zone for them. Residents may use the residential basements for parking as well. A bus drop-off exclusively for students has been created on the northern edge of the site, specially useful on occasions of sporting events or cultural fests. The car movement has been restricted to the periphery of the campus. Rest of the campus has been designed with the comfortable pedestrian linkages, providing seamless connectivity between all zones. The Central Facilities Zone. The Central Facilities Zone, comprising of the auditorium, the administration block, and the library block, is the face of the project, as mentioned earlier, and has been designed to be visible from the grand entry along the highway. The 3 blocks are designed in the form of 3 cuboids of varying heights, with the auditorium being the lowest, and the library being the highest along the visual axis. The heights of the cuboids are the result of the design program itself. The three cuboidal buildings also transition from a very solid vocabulary of the auditorium to a semi-transparent one of the admin block to the fully glazed transparent glass cube of the library. A glazed clock tower with sky bridge also adds to the visual and spatial experience. The amphitheatre behind the library is a hub of informal student activity as well as of prepared performances. With the student center and cafeteria at the lower floors of the library, this space promises to be the central nucleus of student activities. The three blocks are connected by a double-height, screen-shaded colonnade that, along with the fountains, form an impressive edge to the grand arrival garden. The three blocks have dedicated landscaped lawns in between them to cater for any functions and banqueting events. The Grand Arrival Garden. The grand entry through the signature gateway leads to the Grand Arrival Garden. This 4.3-acre formal ceremonial arrival garden provides an apt foreground to the university entry. It is flanked by the grand curved academic block on one side and a double-height shaded colonnade connecting the cube buildings on the other. The large landscape flows seamlessly to the library, crosses under the sky bridge, and culminates at the south at a large amphitheatre. The academic block, a cluster of 5 towers tied together by a curved colonnade, forms the edge of the Grand Arrival Garden. These north-south oriented teaching blocks are connected via long continuous colonnades at 3 levels that offer interactive spaces for students and faculty alike. The colonnades overlook beautifully landscaped internal courtyards between the towers, offering intermingling spaces for students and support cooler temperatures as well. The north face of these linear blocks that overlook the courtyards have large glazings to let in glare-free north light. The internal courtyards seep out into the vast open green area, the sports field at the other end. The rear colonnades with vertical greens ties the academic towers at the other end and forms an edge to the sports field. The south side of the towers, as seen here, has single-loaded corridors that offer passive cooling to the main lecture halls and classrooms. The theatre block, the fifth tower in the academic cluster at the southern edge, offers spaces for seminars training and theatre learning. A glass bridge connects the academic block to the library, and separate student glass elevators have been provided for the same in the clock tower. Sports and Recreation Zone. The academic zone is separated from the residential and hostel zone by a large green buffer, the sports zone. The sports green provides for a seamless green space connecting with the wetland, supporting flora and fauna, and also becomes the hub of student play and relaxation areas. The sports zone has various outdoor sports courts, a large athletic field, along with a cricket field, and a dedicated sports and health center complex. The sports center, apart from having indoor play courts, has a swimming pool complex with an Olympic-sized pool. Student hub and connecting corridors. Movement across the site is well connected for both the pedestrian and the cyclist with shaded pavements and covered connections. These connections provide seamless pedestrian and cycle connectivity from the academic to the hostel and residential zone. These connections are flanked by hangout spaces that will have cafes and shops to support the residential and academic zone alike, and are overlooking the playing fields. These structures will not only provide comfortable shaded walkways but also provide clean energy with solar panels. These covered connections provide an apt edge to the sports and residential zone. Student areas have adequate cycle racks and are connected seamlessly with the other zones of the site, with continuous pavement of adequate width to support both pedestrian and cycle movement. Segregated from the minimal car movement, the connections are well shaded with landscape and provide a comfortable environment for the pedestrian and cycle user. The seamless pavement from the student active areas connects the academic block with sports and recreation zone all the way to the hostel blocks. The academic block rear colonnade along the sports green connects to the shopping area and continues ahead to the hostel block, providing a covered connection. These walking and cycling tracks provide interest and varied experiences to the user and beat the boredom of everyday use. Running alongside the cricket ground, the link joins the semi-covered corridor connection to the hostel and the northeast student entry gate for the day scholar access. The campus has incorporated sustainability and green building strategy as an integral part of the master plan and building design. Water runoffs from the open areas are carried through bioswales and emptied into a 1.25-acre man-made lake proposed on the northeastern part of the site as part of the rainwater harvesting strategy. The lake and open fields are also being used for geothermal cooling that will reduce air conditioning loads for the campus substantially. All building roofs have been covered by solar panels. Apart from being a renewable source of energy, the solar roof acts as a camouflage for the unsightly terrace services, uneven lift rooms, and staircase mumties. The solar roof of the whole campus takes care of about 2.5 megawatts of on-site electricity production. DGO glass has been used in all buildings to reduce heat intake. Operable metal louvers to shade the glass on the western face has been used in library. Jali screens have been used in various places as a shading device. An example is the shaded veranda covered in Jali in the administration block. Also, the connecting colonnade to the central facilities has Jali screens.